Welcome back to the show. Sihlezi no Dr. Majake. Some for us to get medical and namhlanje sisikhuluma nge-colds and flu. Lotshani Dr. Njani?
Usaphila ninjani?
Feeling.
It feels good to be on Mzansi land.
You
Yes.
look good in Mzansi land.
Thank you.
So we're talking about influenza, right? That's the full term.
Yes.
Right now, tell us a bit more about it. What is flu?
Okay, so influenza, like you've correctly said, it's an infection that you get in the respiratory system, the lungs, and it's a very severe form as compared to the cold. You know, the cold is just the usual sniffles. You feel sick, but after no time, you're much better. Influenza is far more serious. You can actually get muscle pain, joint pain, you can get pneumonia, severe lung disease, and you can actually end up in hospital for it. Now, a lot of people tend to take it a bit lightly, but in public health arena, do you know that we actually consider it so seriously that we actually survey it? That's how bad it is.
So the difference between flu and a cold is the cold is the milder version.
Very mild.
So when you just have like a runny nose and a groggy throat, that's
Absolutely.
a cold.
That's the one where you can use your med lemons and in 5 days you're sorted.
You can self-medicate.
Yeah. But with influenza, you must go to the doctor. We can give you things like Tamiflu, which is an antiviral medication. And, if it progresses, we might just add antibiotics. Please don't ask for antibiotics if we don't want to give it to you because it's usually viral.
But when do we know that now, say we influenza, no longer a cold?
When it gets very severe. So when you can't get up anymore, when your muscles are so painful, when you're very sick and you feel weak, feverish, just very uncomfortable, then you know it's something more serious. Don't take lemon, or some people take Fanta because they say it's got vitamin C. It's a definite no-no. Go to the doctor immediately.
Yeah.
Now, usually when the seasons change, that's when we get colds and flu.
Absolutely.
Why is it?
So what happens is when it gets cold, we usually huddle up. We don't open the windows as much as we do, so we don't cross-ventilate our rooms. And also, our body has got its own defenses. So you find that the little hairs that are inside the respiratory system can't move as well in a cold environment. So then it's easy for the bugs to get trapped and then to cause inflammation in that area. Does it make sense? How you have like little hairs that sweep things away and you can sneeze them out. But when it's dry air, it's not that moisturized anymore, so it stays and that makes you sick. Hence, we usually give a nebulizer as well, just to get the hairs moving again, to be part of the immune system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nje akhona ama-tips ongawanikela abantu emakhaya sizongena into winter now, just to keep themselves away from the flu and the cold?
Absolutely, Sulu. The first thing I would say is please go and get your vaccinations. They're now out in government clinics and also in private. And the people that should get them would be anybody who's over 50 years old, anybody who's got any immunocompromising disease like HIV, diabetes, children. We start them from 6 months onwards. You can actually get that flu. And if you're a health professional, remember some health professionals also have diabetes and HIV, go and get your vaccination. Don't wait until you're sick. That can definitely protect you from the flu. Or if you do get it, the symptoms won't be as hectic as when you didn't get that. And you guys as well interact with so many different types of people. Get your flu vaccinations.
Yeah. Now, how can we strengthen our immune system so that by the time the season changes, we don't get influenza?
Healthy living is always the first step. Exercise regularly, have your multivitamins as well. When you're sick, avoid the ones with iron in them. But when you're not sick, you can also take iron tablets because bugs usually grow well in an iron environment. Of course, don't smoke. When you smoke, you burn those hairs that are supposed to protect your immune system as well. So your nose will get more congested easy and it's more prone to getting infected. Obviously, just make sure you eat well, eat correctly. Those are definitely the ways which you can support your immune system. Remember, our bodies naturally have a way of protecting themselves. We just do the right things to make sure that we support our bodies to do the right thing.
Now, is it true that a fever blister, you get a fever blister instead of flu? Is that true?
Absolutely. A fever blister can be a component of flu because what happens is your immune system is so stressed and it goes down. So all diseases that you've had before, like a fever blister, because it's a herpes simplex virus that's locked in, will then come out. And then it will manifest itself as a sign of your immune system having gone down. So you can go to the doctor for your cream, and if it's severe, we might just want to give you some tablets. Although with fever blisters, it's so small.
No burning it with a teaspoon.
No, please do not do that. Yes, we know that's a home remedy. Most people ask that, and we know we've all done that. We won't admit to it, but we have. But please rather just go and get consulted, and let's use your icyclova lotions. That's much better.
Yes, sikhulume ngama home remedies. Akhona amanye ama home remedies ongawasuggesta to deal with the flu?
So I've mentioned the fact that as long as it's something that doesn't get worse over 5 days, you can take your med lemons, over-the-counter medication, go to the pharmacy. You know, a lot of people say, doctor, I don't have money anymore to come to the doctor, so I usually start at the pharmacy, and I say, go for it. Don't stay at home, go and ask for a cheaper option. But once it gets too worse, clinics are there, guys. Don't stay at home because you can't afford to go to the doctor. Immediately report. Yeah.
Yeah, and you shouldn't kiss someone who has flu. You shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Right? How is it transmitted?
It's transmitted through breathing in those bacterial viruses.
Yeah.
It's also transmitted, funny enough, from holding things that might have recently been contaminated. So somebody sneezes and wipes their hands on the desk. Drinking water or drinking tea from somebody who's also actively infected, sneezing, etc., can also, make you have it. We all know that things like HIV are not transmissible from utensils, but flu, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have to cut you there. Did
That's
you see me
fine.
signaling to you?
Oh, I absolutely did. I like that. Gotta
Now,
be
what we
frank.
do, remember, you can send all your medical-related questions through to Mzansi Insider at bongwe.tv. Right now, it's time for us to check out another music video. See you right after this.